Good morning, great people. Welcome to Zip Tips. This is Zip. Have another morning conversation with you. Can go in a little bit deeper today. I'm out in my car headed to the job because amazingly enough, it's snowing here where I am in the great state of Florida. Crazy times, man. Absolutely wild what's going on from a weather perspective. But again, welcome to the channel. This is where we just talk about crypto and other things, keeping our mindset, keeping us engaged. It's what the channel is about. It's to keep us as a strong community, building like-minded people that resonate with each other and keeping positive momentum going forward as the financial system is being changed before our eyes. So let's jump right into the markets. Bitcoin's at 104,000 at the time of this recording. XRP at about 319. Cardano 99 cents. Stellar 43 cents. Hedera 32 cents. And XDC at 11. These are some of our favorites. If you're not familiar with this channel, I am a utility maxi, I would call it. ISO 222 maxi. Those projects that are creating a new financial system that have utility, and that's what I'm about. So again, nothing that we say in here is financial advice. It's just to discuss what's going on, and XRP is one of my favorites. And with that, I still see some folks out there that are very impatient, and again, things are going to take time. We wanted that the executive order by Trump on day one. Didn't happen. However, it's coming, just believe me, and we're going to go over some of that today. Just be patient, understand what you own, and you're going to be absolutely fine. But with that, some of this impatience, Vincent Van Code out there saw this and grabbed it. Again, for those getting impatient with XRP, and I would put in there hbar, XDC, XLM, ADA, any of the things that we talk about, expecting price action after a Trump inauguration. Let's think about some things. Let's look at the macro view. Incoming administrations need to progressively make changes, otherwise risk impacting existing good staff that stay on. He's got to take it somewhat slow, folks. It's not going to be a flip of the switch moment like we've heard and expect things to happen. There's a lot of regulation that's happening, a lot of Taskforce, which we're going to talk about, that are going into play. And we want that. We want it to be methodical. We want it to be done in such a way that it cements our investments in America and the world going into the future. We don't want fast. We want delayed gratification thought. Think long term. Hundreds of other much higher priorities are out there. As an example, we have wars, we have migration issues, we got budget issues. There's a lot of things that are going on that are going to take his attention, but he's putting people in place to work on blockchain and crypto and AI. And you'll see that here in a minute. It's coming. Crypto has already been cemented. It's a done deal, folks. And Trump issuing his own meme coins, and Melania, and then Eric Trump with the World Liberty coin and down stuff that's going on there. They're embedded in crypto. And so if you don't think it's coming, I don't know what you're looking at. Look at the larger macro view and take your time and look at the big picture, folks. Government and corporations have board and commissions scheduled meetings. These meetings go on quarterly. They go on monthly. They're not going to change all of that schedule just to try to push legislature through. So we know that government moves at a snail's pace, but that's okay. We've been waiting for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, however many years you've been building your bags, which has been, if you look at it from a positive perspective, is beneficial because you've been able to DCA in at unheard of levels. You know, XRP being at $3 right now is still very cheap. Not financial advice, but I'm still DCAing in and increasing my bag. But for us that's been here for a while, you know, you probably picked it up. You might have picked it up under 15 cents. I don't know, but that was all beneficial. So now it's just a matter of letting it sit, holding on to it, securing it, which is what we need to do. And again, this is why that banner goes at the bottom. Watch the dang scammers. Be careful with what you're doing out there. Hold on to your precious assets and your capital that you have invested in the market. But what else? What other things did we have? We had Crypto Ball, where we saw Brad there. We saw hbar CEO there. We know that they're in Washington meeting with Trump himself at dinners, meeting with Sachs as the crypto czar to cement, to implement American technologies, and which is going to help the world in general. So again, just a level of patience and just further proof. Eric Trump, as he states here, in my opinion, there's never been a better time to invest in the United States. He says, bet on our markets, on our energy, on technology, and here you have it, on crypto. Okay? Bet on the greatest nation on earth, a nation that has been freed from its constraints and shackles and now has limited potential. That's part of this new administration with regards to where we're going in crypto. And they are fully supporting it, and they see what it can do. And it's just a matter of getting the regulation in place on that. Brian Armstrong, I caught this yesterday, and I found this very interesting. And this goes to what we're saying, that we want things done methodically, and we want a bill of rights, so to speak, for us as crypto blockchain technology asset holders. Let's take a listen.
One day, I'm not too worried.
What is the executive order that you're looking for?
Well, I think the first one would be just directing the agencies of the U.S. government to collaborate and work toward getting some clear rules passed. That's what would really allow capital to flow into the United States and for startups to be built there. I think just re-articulating some of these Bill of Rights, if you will, that people have the right to self-custodial wallets and the right to own Bitcoin without being persecuted or being debanked. That was a big issue in the past 4 years as well. Operation Choke Point.
A Bill of Rights so that we can self-custodial, because what's coming after all this regulation comes into place and the system is established is DeFi. So we want to make sure that as they're implementing the regulation, that we're able to hold our crypto without being harassed, without having to try to, as we sell or exit the markets, having issues with going back to the fiat system, if you would, which is going to be digital in the future through stable coins, but having issues with our banks. So as they embrace this and they establish the financial, institutions through regulatory implementation, that Bill of Rights gives us the privilege and the benefit to not be harassed. Mark Yusko, I saw this out here yesterday, and this is exciting. He'll say it, but you'll hear the XRP content here in a minute. But I don't think it's just XRP. I believe it's other American infrastructure, crypto, that is going to be very exciting for us as owners in the coming months. Let's take a listen.
Likely to happen. The other stuff, there's a lot of talk that they'll expand beyond just Bitcoin to now, XRP and Cardano and Hedera. And look, those founders have been buddying up to the administration and to Eric, and I think Eric's driving a lot of this, his son. So we'll see. But the case for the strategic Bitcoin reserve, because Bitcoin is digital gold, everything else has different roles. Something that could happen, I don't know if it'll happen the first 100 days, Abs, but there's some talk. This will make the XRP people really happy. There is some talk that XRP could be utilized and or ordered to be used for a central bank digital currency or as the base layer for national banking. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but
Well, there you have it. Mark Yusko with Morgan Creek Digital. Again, from our brothers from Good Morning Crypto and other phenomenal content creators out there. But if they establish XRP as a reserve currency, you better buckle in and hold on, folks. And for years and years, this has been the discussion. And again, we don't know if it's going to happen, but it appears all signs, and all we can do is speculate. The whole market is speculation and hype, if that's what you want to call it. But it's speculation, and my money goes on. There's going to be a basket of reserve currencies that are going to be established, American companies, much of what we own, XRP, Hedera, XLM, that are going to be in this basket, that are going to play a big strategic role in the future. You are in the right place, folks. Just hang on. What else is going on out there? Breaking yesterday, SEC has launched a new crypto task force led by Commissioner Hester Pierce, aimed at establishing what? That's right, clear regulatory framework for cryptocurrency industry. Again, the acting SEC chair, Mark T. Ueda, launched a crypto task force dedicated to developing a comprehensive and clear regulatory framework for our crypto assets. That's what we want. We want clear guidance. We want clear frameworks. We want clear custodial policies established so that as we exit these markets or stay in the markets within DeFi, there is clear guidance for the larger institutions, the banking institutions, and the law is there to establish that we have the right to own these currencies and to own this crypto. So very exciting news there. Again, slow moving machine, but things are happening, and they're happening pretty quick. Additionally, what's Ueda's position on SAB 21? We know this has to be rescinded. SAB 121, if you're not familiar, if you're newer to the market, was basically established to restrict crypto clarity, to keep the institutions out. Absolutely horrendous bill, but that needs, what's his take on it? Issuing SAB 121 by regulatory edict rather than rulemaking under the Administrative Procedure Act effectively avoids judicial law, which undercuts our system of checks and balances against an overreaching administrative state. And that's what we've been through for the last 4 years in the crypto environment. Absolutely overreach and holding back, as we've been discussing over the last few weeks. All that's changing, and the wave is coming. Interesting here, BNY Mellon. We're going to listen to this here in a minute from the World Economic Forum, and we're going to get into some Davos news here and some things that have come out from that. But BNY Mellon, which is a Ripple partner, let's hear what he has to say.
You sounded optimistic about crypto when we talked. Are you more optimistic now based on who the Trump administration is? We may have a crypto czar now. We seem like crypto regulations will be looser. And does BNY want to play a role in the community?
Well, we've said this for the past couple of years, and we've been consistent, and we haven't changed our point of view on this, which is digital assets represent a new, interesting, innovative technology, which we think could be important to the financial system over the course of the next 10, 20 years. Exactly the twists and turns along the way, we'll have to see. But we've been investing. We've got the ability to custody crypto assets, digital assets, but also we're looking into the interesting smart contracts, ledger capabilities that the underlying technologies represent. And so we think there's an interesting future here, but AI as well. Remember, it's not just about digital assets. It's about how does technology get applied to make the financial system better, more agile, more capable, and able to grow. And
making the financial system better and able to grow. And again, as to his point, it's not just about crypto. It'll be AI integration with these blockchains that we know Hedera is working on and some of the other crypto projects. but it's making the environment, the financial environment, clearer and better. And they've been, as he said, able to custody that already and working with smart contracts and the DeFi and the stuff that's coming in the future that's going to give us passive income. Absolutely the most exciting time to be alive is right now. Know what you hold. We had this come out, and I put this out yesterday in content in the long form, but let's take a listen to what Bank of America. Now, remember, the CEO of Bank of America has to say, but remember, we know in recent weeks, Bank of America documentation has been coming out from the Sound Planning Group. Straczynski has said, you know, basically they have patents and they were using 100% in the back end using Ripple and XRP technology to process payments and such. So let's take a listen of what they've got, what he has to say here out of Davos.
A separate question, and Becky's got one back in Washington, but on crypto, we just had Brian Armstrong sitting in the seat that you were in. And obviously there's a lot of excitement about crypto. The banking business, for the most part, has stayed away from crypto. Given President Trump's full-throated support for crypto, do you imagine Bank of America is going to be full on in the crypto business if we have this conversation 12 months, 24 months from now?
I'd separate out this sort of crypto versus stable assets and digital movement of money, because we already move the vast majority of our money digitally. Our consumers do, our companies do. And so the question is, what's the business practice that you have to move another type of currency? So if the rules come in and make it a real thing that you can actually do business with, you will find that the banking system will come in hard on the transactional side of it, non-anonymous, transactional, verified, et cetera, because we have to, because it's just another way our customers are going to.
The other thing we were talking about was the possibility that Bitcoin and some of these cryptocurrencies actually are a threat to the US dollar. Scott Bessent's talked about needing the US dollar to be super powerful.
Yeah.
Is it a threat?
I think there's a whole bunch of dynamics about all the trade and all the consumption of the US consumer and all the stuff that goes on. But I think we do need a strong US dollar. We need a US dollar to be reserve currency. It's good for our country. But what I'm saying is, if you go down the street here and you go in and buy lunch,
right,
if you can pay with Visa, MasterCard, a debit card, Apple Pay, et cetera, this would just be another form of payment in an instantaneous
RLUSD.
And so I think if it becomes regulatory okay, which it wasn't before, and that's one of the issues, you'll see the banking system enter with. We have hundreds of patents on blockchain already.
There you have it, hundreds of patents on the blockchain already. How do you say XRP without saying XRP? It's all coming in RLUSD. Remember, Ripple's legal stablecoin will be the front end of these institutions. And that's how most people are going to be in and out of this financial environment. It's easy. It's a stablecoin. The back end stuff gets too complicated for them. But as we've talked about, even on the back end with the ETFs coming here shortly for hbar, XRP, Solana, a lot of the ones we talk about, big institutions are coming in. And he said right here, the banks will go hard on it once there's regulatory clarity. Folks, it's coming, and it's coming so freaking quick. Very exciting news there. But again, what did Christine Lagarde have to say about the EU and what are they doing? And then we'll dig into some of what Smoke's excellent details are in this. Again, Smoke is someone out there on X. If you're not out there on X, please join us out there. Join him, join me. Zip Tips 2024 out on X, where we put out content and publish as much of this information as possible. But take note here of what Smoke is saying. The elite are actively finalizing plans to integrate utility tokens like XRP and hbar into the global financial system. This is not just a minor adjustment. It's a calculated strategy to address the growing systematic pressures weighing on the global economy. Again, the system is being changed. Let's hear what she has to say.
Hello to everyone. Here I am in Davos, Switzerland. In the next couple of days, there will be a lot of discussions, debates, views, analysis produced and debated. I think it's important that the ECB is present in those discussions. It will not just be about monetary policy, but what monetary policy can do to help Europe. It's particularly relevant in the context of the geopolitical developments that we are all witnessing. And I believe that finding out what strength we have, what assets we can leverage is a goal that we should have going forward. Monetary policy can do its bit as well.
The world is changing. The financial system is being changed right before our eyes. Let's look at the agenda, some of the agenda that they have over there. Look at this, a panel. What is crypto good for in partnership with Ripple? Again, this is what they are discussing over in Davos. Hedera, fireside chats, scaling enterprise and grade tokenization opportunities and challenges. We know that tokenization is coming hard and it's coming strong as well. And they will be tokenizing the stock market, real estate, gold, you name it, it's coming. We also had over there Stellar represented, and this, I enjoyed this because she is talking about the velocity of money here.
What we see so much on Stellar, and when I talked about velocity instead of volume, there's so much focus on volume in this industry and how much volume is on the chain with respect to this asset. But really what the point of this this technology is that you can actually move assets extremely quickly, peer-to-peer, and get them without borders all over the world. So it should be about velocity and usage. And that's what we see so much on Stellar, is we see people building all over the world and they can actually transact in, there's this one great story about this company, Decaf.
Again, it is the velocity of money. And if you've been studying money and you understand money, we want money to move. And the more money moves, the more creation and that money is going to have. And that's in your own lives as well. If you just have money just stagnant and it's just sitting there, inflation is eating your butt right now. You want to be moving money around into assets, into other environments. But the velocity of money, what she's talking about, is the fast movement of money from a world perspective. We can send right now peer-to-peer XLM to anyone in the world if we have their address. All of this is going on before our eyes. We are a very small community of folks here. 1%, if that, of the world is invested in these currencies, in these technologies, and you're going to be the next 1%. Your profits, your wealth, your future generation wealth is coming, folks. And that's going to do it for me this morning. I hope you enjoyed the content. We'll keep trying to drop as much content as possible. Day-to-day job gets in the way sometimes, so that's why I'm doing it out of my car, but trying to get all of this out to you. Please like, share, get this information out to your families, get it out to your friends, share the information, and then open the door, and it's up to them to walk through that door. But I want to spend the future with many of you on the beaches of the world, in the mountains, hanging out with like-minded folks that resonate. It's about building the community and getting this information out. It's not just about us and being millionaires, which you will be if you exit these markets at the appropriate times. Be safe, stay away from the scammers. And with that, have an absolutely fantastic day. Until next time, Zip is out.